Looming national strike by teachers triggers dire warning to parents not to take their children to school on Monday because your child will not have the protection from the teachers.
In the interest of your child, I will tell you not allow your child to go to school because there will be no teacher to supervise the child. There will be no teacher to protect the child.
They have decided that they will take the law into their own hands.
We understand there's a crunch meeting underway to try and avert that potentially crippling strike. We'll have the very latest for you.
This is Top Story with Evans Mensah.
Top Story is brought to you by Bond Financial Services, your success, our passion. Belacra Mineral Water, the new generation mineral water. It's also brought to you by Lifebuoy, still 100% better germ protection, and Blue Rose Limited, shelter for all. If you are a parent with a child in school, pay attention to this dire warning from the Ghana National Association of Teachers and the Graduate Teachers Association.
In the interest of your child, I will tell you not allow your child to go to school because there will be no teacher to supervise the child. There will be no teacher to protect the child. If your child is in the boarding house, we find a way of trying to make sure that the child is protected because it's not going to be the responsibility of the housemaster in the school to do that. Until the housemaster's grievances are resolved, he cannot continue to sacrifice. And so we cannot say that the meat is now to the bone, so we will keep quiet. Even if it is the bone, we will chew.
Well, we understand there's a crunch meeting underway with the vice president that might just avert that grim reality. But if that meeting fails, what you just heard will be the reality most parents will confront come Monday morning when teachers across the country withdraw their services. In a move with a potential to cripple public education at both basic and senior high levels, the Ghana National Association of Teachers and the Graduate Teachers Association have jointly called the strike. The teachers identify non-negotiation of new proposals of the collective bargaining agreement, freezing of annual increments, non-payments of vehicle maintenance allowances, and a delay in addressing outstanding issues as their major concerns. Now, their anger was obvious when they jointly addressed a news conference today. Samuel Doe Alobia is the NAT president.
Members have decided that they will no longer listen to what we go to tell them. Every day we go and sing the same song, as if we are deceiving our members. No, yes, leadership, and we are supposed to take control. But here is the case, you go and then you sit down with people, you go and tell them that this is what your employers are saying. At the end of it, or it turns out to be something. They are even fed up with the leader. We have not declared. They have decided that they will take the law into their own hands. Under normal circumstances, we have gone to console them that wait. But we ourselves are frustrated. And nobody will be prepared to listen to us.
And they are targeting their strike to have the maximum devastating effect. The prime casualty will be the West Africa Senior Secondary Certificate examination that we understand is partly already underway. Now, there will be no invigilators to supervise that exam once the strike kicks in on Monday. Let's listen to BK Osei, who is the head of salaries and service conditions with NAT.
We as employees of Ghana Education Service have no contract with WI. Unlike the November-December exams, where people apply to be invigilated. It's not the same with the school exam, which is held around this time, which we are talking. Teachers are supposed to invigilate and supervise these exams. Even though somewhere along the line, the Minister for Education said that the invigilation should not be compulsory. To us, whether it is compulsory or not, it's our members who are going to invigilate and supervise this exam. And therefore, as a union, we have to speak for our members. We have for 3 years now been dragging this issue. And it looks as if nobody cares. When during the time of exams, people say we are not going to invigilate, then they quickly organize to meet you. After meeting you, nothing else happens.
A lot is going on to try and avert that strike we are told is going to kick in on Monday. I've been joined in the studio by the national president of NAT, Samuel Doe Alobia. Thank you very much for your time here on Top Story.
Thank you.
I still have on the line. I have on the line now also Paul Krampa, who is the director of public affairs at the Ministry of Education. Thank you, sir. I want to start with you. We know that this is one key matter that NAT and NAGRAT are not backing down on, at least if you listen to what they've said. What has it been done about it right now to avert that strike?
Well, thank you very much, Evans. Well, as you are very much aware, the ministry has actually been meeting the officials of NAT and NAGRAT over the past weeks. Now, the presidents of NAGRAT and NAT are very much aware that the Honorable Minister has been working around the clock to ensure that all the issues that they have raised are addressed by the Fair Wages and Salary Commission. So we as the minister are very much surprised that while negotiations are going on, our colleagues have decided to embark on strike action.
So from what you're saying, the process has been going on, it's inconclusive.
Oh, yes, it's ongoing. It's ongoing. As I'm speaking to you now, it's ongoing. In fact, today there was to be a meeting between the officials of the Fair Wages and Salary Commission, the Ministry of Finance, as well as the National Executive of NAT and NAGRAT. So we're actually taken aback that instead of the meeting, the National Association of Graduate Teachers and then NAT have decided to call a nationwide strike action beginning from Monday.
Stay on the line for me, because thankfully I have in the studio the president of NAT himself, Mr. Lobia, to respond to that. He says he's surprised. The ministry is surprised because you have been talking. All of a sudden, you decided to go on strike when the negotiation process has still not ended.
Thank you very much. I want to thank you and your listeners for this opportunity. Frankly speaking, the issues that we raised for some time now and for which we are embarking on this strike, you recall that in January 2013, teachers' issues came into the fore. And then what you have mentioned were the issues that we raised. And it took the intervention of the president through the chief of staff and the National Labour Commission to avert a strike by that time. But it will interest you to know that from that time to date, the chief of staff did not form the committees that he wanted to form and inaugurate to go into these issues.
Mr. Krampa is saying that the talks are still ongoing.
Is
that true?
Well, that much I cannot tell because...
but you are the president of NAT.
Yes.
So you should know that.
The issues that Mr. Krampa is saying, to date, we have not been invited again to go into the...
When was the last time there was a meeting to address your concerns?
Well, the last time was the time that we met with the chief of staff.
Was it this year?
Yes. And he gave us 6 weeks to resolve the issue. And 6 weeks have elapsed. And we have not heard anything again from the chief of staff, let alone the stakeholders.
Mr. Krampa, can you respond to that, sir?
Oh, yes, thank you very much, Evans. Just last Friday, there was a letter from the General Secretary of NAT addressed to the Honorable Minister of Education. The minister didn't hesitate at all. What she actually made them just after a launch of the Global Education Partnership Program. Then it was agreed that at the next meeting, the invitations should be extended to the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning, as well as the Fair Wages and Salary Commission. So, in fact, if she asked the General Secretary of NAT, you should have told him that exactly there was a letter from NAT addressed to the minister, and she responded promptly to that particular letter.
What was the response?
Well, she actually called them. She met Mr. Mbike Osei and the General Secretary Adanusai in her office, and then advised that the next meeting they should invite all the stakeholders, meaning the Fair Wages and Salary Commission, the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning, the Ghana Education Service, so that at least there will be amicable solution to some of the issues that they raise.
So let me ask this: the timelines are important. When did this happen?
Oh, that was last Monday.
As early as last Monday?
Oh, yes, this week, yes.
Do you know about this?
The minister responded the following day. That's the day after the letter was delivered where she responded.
Okay, hold on briefly for me. Do you know about this meeting last Monday? The minister responded to a letter that had been written by the association.
Yeah, the minister responded, but the issues that we put forward were not addressed. The issues that we want them to address were not addressed. That is why we are coming out with this decision.
But doesn't that go to buttress his point that you're still in the process of talking. Yes, they've not been a firm resolution, but it's a process, isn't it?
One of the issues that was part of the contention was the supervision and invigilation of the West African Examination Council examinations for 2013. That negotiation did not take place, and the examinations have already started. So when are we going to resolve the issue for the invigilators and supervisors to go and do their work? That is the problem.
But you've met just several issues. That is one of them, correct?
Yes, several issues.
And you seriously believe that from Monday, when the last communication went on, to now, all those issues would have been dealt with?
They will not. They will not be addressed.
Then the question then follows? You need more time. Government will need more time to deal with the challenges.
This discussion about these issues started 3 years back. And
government has failed to respond?
The government will only call you when around this time, then talk to you. After the examination, nothing is done.
Mr. Krampa, 3 years, he says, that this has been going on. If that is true, then there's a huge delay and definitely justifies their action.
Well, I am not aware that this issue has been going on for the past 3 years. In fact, this issue was brought to the notice of the minister, even at her own instance. What actually happened was that when this minister, I'm talking about Honorable Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman, took office, she decided to invite all the unions within the education sector to actually discuss issues relating to their welfare. She even told them at that meeting that she was going to operate an open door policy, and that at any time they have issues, they should come to her. And it was based upon that immediately they wrote a letter. She responded that immediately to the letter. You get what I'm trying to say? I mean, the point is there are issues, and the issues are being addressed. So I believe strongly that there's no breakdown in communication. The issues are being discussed. So I mean, calling a nationwide strike action at this time is not good enough, in the sense that our children are writing the WASSCE.
But you acknowledge that they have serious concerns. The question moving forward is, what are you doing now to address the concerns? So I've read the strike on Monday.
The Ministry and the Ghana Education Service is in the process of issuing a press statement, actually to tell the whole world what has been done as of today.
Okay, and will that, in your estimation, prevent the strike on Monday?
Well, we will still continue to actually invite them, and then we'll see how best we can actually affect any strike action that is looming. We believe strongly that this is the time for us to embark on any strike action.
When will be the earliest time you can meet them to resolve this?
That will be Monday.
Monday. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. If they call you on Monday, he says the earliest time they'll call you will be Monday. That's the day you say you're going to strike. Will you still go ahead with the strike?
Well, one thing we believe is that when you continuously promise your child that you provide him with this and this and that, and you are not doing it, when the child becomes fed up, he will not take you seriously. Why did I say that? During all our negotiations, we have been reporting to our members, and at this time, when we go back to them, we don't know what we are going to tell them. If the stakeholders are prepared to talk to them directly, we don't have a problem.
So what you're saying is that, yes, they're going to meet you on Monday, but that will not be enough to call off the strike?
Yeah. Whatever decision...
That's the fact, that it will be enough.
Because,
so from what you're saying, come rain or shine, you're going on the strike on Monday?
Because that is the date they have decided to lay down their tools.
Okay.
And if they are going to address their issues on that day, that it means we will have to see the outcome of that meeting.
Okay, so certainly parents,
if it is favorable,
as is already won, parents will definitely see that strike on Monday. That's you heard it from the horse's own mouth, the NAT president himself. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on Top Story. He is Samuel Doa Lobia, but that's it for Top Story for now. He will join us on Newsnight because there are other issues we want to raise with the Fair Wages Commission. They have other key issues there as well, and also try and speak to some parents. Indeed, try and understand what the implications will be, and also delve a little deeper into the key issues that they are raising. You want to join us on radio in 15 minutes. My name is Evans Mensah.